everybody. So in this video, we're going to talk about this kind of, like this defeated attitude that a lot of Disneyland fans have in regards to the amount of space, the amount of room that we have to work with here in Anaheim. And I want to go over that with you. But before we dive into that, I actually wanted to extend a heartfelt thank you to Adventures in Design, a fantastic YouTube channel. Link up above. Check them out. Subscribe to them. Mark, who is the host of that channel, he ran the Disney Parks Pandemic Awards, and in the category of Best Disneyland YouTube Channel, I was nominated, and it's a complete honor that his supporters would recognize me like that, and it meant a lot. It meant a lot to me that I was nominated, and I want to extend a huge thank you to all his supporters, all his viewers, and to him too. It meant the world to me that I was nominated, and it was a humbling experience. So I want to thank Mark. I want to thank Adventures in Design, and I want to thank all his subscribers. The nomination was a huge honor for me. Thank you. And again, I can't emphasize this enough. Subscribe to Adventures in Design. He does phenomenal work. Okay, so let's dive into the topic at hand here. This attitude, this sort of mentality amongst, Disneylanders that, well, we can't have certain things here in Anaheim because we're just too small of a resort. And I want to kind of push back on that quite a bit. Okay, now look, I want to start off by saying I'm under no illusion that there's a limited amount of space here in Anaheim. That's a reality. Okay, there are certain realities that we just have to understand and accept, and that is one of them. But I think a lot of fans take it a little too far. Okay, a little too far. I see a lot of, like, I'm gonna use the Tron coaster for an example. Shanghai got the Tron coaster. Florida is getting the Tron coaster. And whenever you bring up the possibility of Disneyland's Tomorrowland getting the Tron coaster, you're immediately met with like this resistance of like, well, it's just too big. It's impossible. It can't fit. Look, here's the thing. When Disney wants to put something in Disneyland, they find a way. If I would have told you a decade ago that Disney was going to build a 14-acre Star Wars themed land behind the rivers of America, these same naysayers would have said it was impossible. You can't. There's no room. It's backstage areas that Disney needs. You can't go into that area. Well, yeah, well, they did. Okay, they did, right? They made the room. They made the room. For years, I heard that Toontown was, you can't expand Toontown. It's too small. It butts up against, again, a backstage area that Disney needs. You can't change that. And what happened, right? What happened? They ended up bulldozing backstage buildings and building Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. And I'll give you another example from years ago, okay? The Tower of Terror attraction at Walt Disney World is a massive building. If you would have taken it at face value back in 1994, you would have said that wouldn't fit in California Adventure or Disneyland for that matter, right? It's just too big. The footprint is too large. But Disney found a way, didn't they? They redesigned the tower so it could fit in Anaheim, just like they did with Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, just like they did with Galaxy's Edge. So my point here is that when Disney wants to build something in Anaheim, the Imagineers have done a really great job at finding creative solutions to adding these attractions into the park. Let's be honest right now. Tron is not about the track layout. You don't need to have the exact layout of Shanghai and Florida for the attraction to do well here in Anaheim. It's not the track layout that people care about. It's the really cool light cycles, the coaster itself, that the aesthetics that's awesome to people, that draws them to the attraction. You can have any track layout. You can alter the track layout. You can shorten it up. You can alter that track layout to fit Disneyland, to fit Tomorrowland, and it would still be just as big of a draw as it is in Shanghai or as it will be in Florida. It doesn't have to be the exact same thing lifted and plopped into Disneyland. And again, we've seen them alter attractions before. Tower of Terror is a perfect example. So do I think that we will eventually get Tron? I do think we will eventually get Tron. Will it be the same exact layout, piece by piece, exact identical clone? No, it won't. Because the exact clone, it won't fit. That's true. But they can alter the design like they did with Tower of Terror. It's just a coaster. It's a roller coaster. They can alter that track 1,000 different ways to fit our park. And I do believe they eventually will. But what do you guys think about this kind of defeatist mentality that a lot of people have with Anaheim? Too small, can't do it, impossible. We are obsessed. We love this company that was founded by a man, Walt Disney, who loved doing things people say he couldn't do, whether it be the first animated film, whether it be theme parks, whatever. He loved doing things that people said he couldn't do. And I feel like as fans, we should embrace that mentality, not the mentality of his naysayers that told him everything was impossible, right? But what do you guys think about it? I would love to hear from you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. And as always, have a wonderful, wonderful day.